Hello, this is Brian Veras. I'm going to be showcasing this game that I independently made during my last semester at Oakland University. Created the game for my undergraduate research class with some help from my professor Lori Zhu, so big thanks to her. The focus of my research was to create a procedurally generated dungeon randomly without any intersections of rooms or hallways. I experimented with a lot of ideas to make this idea a reality. Ultimately, I decided on a grid layout, which effectively made it impossible for rooms and hallways to intersect at all. By only placing rooms on x and y coordinates that were multiples of 35 on the x and 20 on the y, rooms could not be placed anywhere except on a grid that spaced the rooms and hallways as needed to avoid intersections. I created all the code for this algorithm without any help from AI to avoid misdirection, my original idea, as well as to challenge my abilities as a game programmer. Once the algorithm was completed, I had a lot of code to write in order to finish the remainder of the game's mechanics, such as player movement, player shooting, enemy movement, menus, player and enemy health scripts, level restart, and much more. For these scripts, I relied more heavily on the Copilot AI, as it enabled me to complete these scripts much faster to meet project deadlines. I also had written these types of scripts in the past, so I was familiar with how they should work, and I could more effectively ensure the quality of these scripts as the AI was writing them. I also had to create assets for the project independently, so I made the rooms, hallways, and player and enemy prefabs, kept them as simple as possible to avoid overburdening myself with work before the deadline. Alright, so I'm gonna showcase the game now. So kept the instructions and credits relatively simple. Instructions. This game is a dungeon clearing game in which a new dungeon floor is randomly generated each time you complete a floor. In order to progress from room to room, you will need to defeat every enemy in the room. A floor can be completed only after defeating the boss hidden somewhere in the floor. To play the game, you need to use the WASD keys or the arrow keys to move around. To defend yourself from enemies, you will need to aim your gun at them with the mouse, then press left click to shoot. Um, as far as credits, it wasn't a large group of people working. Um, this game was made in the fall semester of 2024 at Open University by myself, Brian Barris. This game was created as an independent research project under the guidance of Professor Lori Zhu. My hope is this game marks the start of my video game development career. Thank you to anyone playing this game. Alright, just jumping right into it. Enemies take only 3 hits before they die, but they can get close to you and they can only do damage upon physical contact. And they only can follow you after you've entered their range, so you're not overwhelmed with enemies from different rooms. Every room in the dungeon is connected to at least one other room, but some rooms will have more than one hallway to give the player more choice in the matter of where they go and maybe getting to the dungeon room or the boss room faster. We'll see if I can get to the boss room for this video demo. There's only 3 varieties of rooms aside from the boss room. They are randomly selected, as well as the direction in which they're placed. Oh. The number of rooms is randomly selected, so it only ranges between 8 and 15 rooms. So dungeons aren't too long. They can also be shorter sometimes. May have a shorter one here, but it's looking to be a longer one. I was really expecting to see the boss room there, but no. This might be a dead end. There's the boss room. All right. Let's see if we can finish him. Oh, there he is. Oh, he's coming with. He doesn't have too much health. I was able to take him out relatively quickly. And there we go. Starts you over. And as far as dying, you can only take 3 hits before you die. You have the option to start a new run or go back to the main menu. I also implemented this way of showcasing the dungeon generation in the main menu, which I really like that showcasing because it was ultimately the hardest part of the project. But anyway, thank you for watching. Appreciate that. This concludes my presentation. Thank you for watching.